Hi, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you did, and if you didn't, please do. I'd really appreciate it. Um, anyway, and also welcome to my first vlog. Obviously you can tell because I'm shooting it via webcam from my bedroom with no editing and no special effects. So, please excuse me if I mess up a little bit and stumble over my words. Where else do I start? My name. My name is Kylene, um, or as most people call me, you can call me Kai. Um, and I am creating this vlog as a way to correspond with my blog. So, if you're coming as a follower from my blog, you're already gonna get an idea of what I'm going to be talking about here because it's basically an elaborated version of what I've already talked about or what I plan to talk about on my blog, or a and a visual representation, um, and hopefully it'll give you more insight on my daily life and like everything that I go through, and maybe even entertain you a little bit and inspire you. Um, and secondly, the name of my blog, because I know that's probably the one question I'm gonna get the most of, is where did the name of my blog come from? Well, the name of my blog came from an experience I had in college. My friend Karen, my senior year of college, she was assigned to write a paper. I can't exactly remember what class it was for, but the topic was to write about someone of a different culture, and she chose to write about me. Um, Now, for those of you who know me and Karen personally, you may wonder, like, why? That doesn't make sense. You guys are the same ethnic culture, right? But um, by culture they also meant like in general, as far as like either your hobbies or interests or your lifestyle. And for me, I was actually born with a disability, which I'll go more into detail later, probably in a different video, because I mean it was a topic on my blog, so I'm probably gonna have to talk about it anyway. um, but yeah, so she talked that um, about me in that aspect. Um, and she actually got an A on that paper. So, Karen, you are welcome. And um, she also let me read it, which in doing so, she made me cry with what she said. Um, but the one thing that stood out to me was probably one of the first quotes she wrote in her paper. And she said, um, she knows how to make some serious lemonade out of the lemons life has handed her. And that quote spoke volumes to me because for my entire life I have been searching for the right words to express my feelings and my experiences living with my disability, and it was hard for me. And for Karen, someone who has known me for only a few years, to like wrap it all up and income like all in one sentence was just amazing. Like that quote has stuck with me for the rest of my life ever since that day. Like, yeah. And thanks to you, Karen. And now it is the name of my blog, so thank you. But yeah, that's where it came from. So, The intentions of my blog. Well, I first intended for my blog to be about my post-college journey. I was going to document my life after college. My plans were to go to grad school and get my master's in international business or entrepreneurship, and I had all these accomplishments in mind. I was going to travel the world and blah 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 blah. But none of that worked out. I after college I went straight into a full-time job at Brugg Bakery, and I was there for about 3 years. For the first year and a half, or after the first year and a half, I was promoted to assistant manager. And eventually I was put on salary. And at the time, it sounded like a great idea. Like, I was excited for everything, and I was excited to be more financially stable. But I was not ready or expecting the amount of responsibility I was given and the stress level I was put under. Um, and I remember kind of at the beginning of my promotion and when it first started to hit me, the stress level, um, I was at the Curb, which is a coffee shop in town, and one of my favorite places to drink coffee, actually. But yeah, so I was there, and I just so happened to be talking to my friend Patrick, who was working that day, about everything that was going on and like how stressed out I was getting and blah 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 blah. And he said something to me that at the time did not make sense. But he said, Kylene, don't let a job stress you out, because let me tell you, they'd probably be more stressed out if you weren't there. Um, and then he said, you should be happy with what you're doing. If you're not happy with what you're doing, then change that. You know, well, he didn't say it in those exact words, but that's basically what he said. And at the time, I I mean, I laughed in his face because, well, not literally, but like I laughed. I giggled like a little bit just because, yeah. I didn't really take him seriously, and it didn't really dawn on me how important what he said was until now. Now that I'm out of that situation and I'm happy with what I'm doing, it all makes sense. And I hate to say it like that because it makes the company sound bad. Like, I don't want to bash Brugg. Like, Brugg is not a bad company. Like, I'm grateful for them. They're my family, and they're some of some of the first people I met on this island. So I will forever consider them my family, and I will forever have love for them. But at the same time, that uh, stress level that I was under, it just got uh, to be too much, I think. Everyone around me will probably vouch for me with this, um, but they saw, especially the ones that were there with me from the beginning, like they saw my happiness level go from 100 to 0 over time. Like, when I first got hired, I was so excited and I loved going to work every day, and I had great things to say about work all the time. And then as time went on, it gradually got worse. Like, I started to feel tired all the time, and I was stressing out, and I wanted to quit, and 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 my unhappiness level was obvious, not just in my behavior and my demeanor, but you could see it on my face. My mom would probably tell you, you could hear it in my voice when she would talk to me over the phone. Like, she could hear my voice change from how happy I was working there to how sad I was about working there. Like, and it's true, because like I would be so excited and I would tell her everything, and then one day I just like, it all changed. Like, I would call her and cry about how much I wanted to come home and how much I miss them, and how much, and I would just, and at night I would cry myself to sleep. I would cry myself to sleep, and when I woke up in the morning, I would wish I never woke up. That's how bad it got. Like, it should never be that way, you know? And yeah, and the last few months that I was there, it was so hard, and like, I have so much gratitude and thanks for um, my TCA homies. Yes, my TCA homies from TCA Wireless across the way. Kim, yeah, my girl, and Wade, and Layton, and Mike. Thank God for the four of you, because you made the last like 3 months more fun and exciting and tolerable. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably die. But yeah, um, thank you to the four of you. I have all the gratitude in the world for the four of you. Wade and Layton, to the two of you especially, because, well, you're the two that I saw most often. Um, and as annoying as the two of you were sometimes, I I am so grateful for that annoyance, because you, like I said, you made it more fun. And because of the two of you, I actually looked forward to going to work sometimes, just to see the two of you. Just to see the four of you, really. But yeah, what it comes down to is that Patrick's right. You should always be happy with what you're doing and with the people who surround you. And if you're not, then you should change that. You should never be stressed out with your job or and what you're doing. You should always love what you're doing.